May Gavannen everyone, and welcome to some more Misty Mountains with me, Melvin and Urkallen, at the head of the boat, or whatever you want to call it, maybe the mountain. So, first of all, end turn. First things first, I am recording this one on Wednesday, the 21st of June, 2017, and I have currently got right here beside me a printed out changelog thing for mechanics, building changes, script changes, recruitment changes, and such things that affect your game in Divide and Conquer on a more the campaign side, basically. Yeah. So you're not going to win that. I'm not going to even try. I'm going to lose it. But yeah, so here are some bug fixes I'm going to rattle off. There are some tweaks to Misty Mountains, to scripts, to recruitments, i.e. how you recruit units from your from your cities and such on. There are also changes to mechanics and what buildings are available to be built where, and so on and so forth. Herodloon prospers and it was a successful invasion. And I even got a little bit of money for that, apparently. What? No! I do not appreciate this. Not one little bit. I should have looked more on that relationship report, shouldn't I? But we are apparently at war with every single person. Oh god, that's bad.
An honor, Lord.
And you're far away. I hate the fact that you're so far away. I am gonna cheat. I'm not even gonna care about it. So show cursors stat move character. I've not actually written that in a while, so I forgot about it. Bus 316392. No. I don't need that, maybe. Yeah. Alright, so you go talk to them. I don't want to be at war with you. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna get peace with anyone. So I did prattle on about the fact that I had really strong armies, didn't I? Well, that fact is still true. The only problem is that they're quite spread out. And I'm gonna need to muster forces north immediately. And yeah. It's yeah. Of course, yes. I'm gonna need to recruit all my units I can to get defensive garrisons up against the shadow, so they don't think to attack me too quickly. And yeah, I felt a bit too secure on the eastern front because we were allied with the shadows, and because you're allied, they're not supposed to be able to break your alliances or break the alliance. But apparently, if there is the addition of an invasion, they can do that. So yeah, I did not know that, and I'm not particularly pleased about it, but you live, you learn. So what we're gonna do, well, I'm not going to let up either on Ostinethil. I'm not gonna let up on Anonarod. We're gonna take that. And I'm not gonna let up on Imladris because if we can take out Imladris, we will not have to worry about that side at all. So get those. I'm actually not gonna wait anymore. I'm gonna take you all except you and march down there. I'm gonna take you all except you. Yeah. And you're gonna march to there, and you're gonna join them. And you're gonna march on Imladris as well. It's gonna take you 2 turns to get there. You're gonna get there a little bit faster. Okay, so we have emptied Sagkala and we are ready to march on. But that also means that we now have to focus our attention eastwards. And we have forces, we're not unprepared, and we need to just mobilize them into more prominent positions. Also, Angmar betrayed us, so I can't leave those units there. We need to muster forces at Gundabad immediately and make sure we can support that, which we should be able to, hopefully. And yeah, we're just going to be on the defensive on the eastern front, I feel. Maybe this army there can take Erin Tholen, and that would be helpful. And hopefully as well, Dol Guldur will see reason to not too late, and we will be able to broker a peace with them. We shall see what happens. Emin Nufuin there actually is going to be really hard to defend if we want to try and defend it, because it's in the middle between Haradrim forces and Shadow of Mirkwood forces. So it's bad. I'm not going to lie to you, it's not looking good. But I mean, maybe this type of challenge is what's needed for this campaign, because it was getting rather easy, wasn't it? Yeah. Because we were just mustering forces left, right and centre without any repercussions at all, basically. Can I broker a peace with you then? Trade rights, map information. I'll pay you. I'll pay you 5,000. There we are. Thank you very much. Can I? No. Fair enough then. I'm gonna go try to talk to Harad then. Maybe they see reason. Oh, hello. What do you got? You got many troops, but not strong troops. So if I just recruit a little bit more, I should be fine. That army there is really strong, actually. I need a spy here. Do I have a spy anyway? I do have a spy. You move there. Oh, no. Harad is strong there. That's not good. You're quite wasted there. I need you to go into the forest there and have a look. And Region. I don't actually care about this one, but I would like to send you up north to Angmar. Have a look at them. Remember when I was joshing about how good it was that the evil factions were doing good? Not as in doing good deeds, but doing well, rather, maybe. I think that's the better way of phrasing it. And I was really happy that they had taken so much of the region, so many of the regions. And that's no longer so good, because we are going to have to defend against them now. That army should hold, and we can even get those, maybe. I'm not too worried, because we have quite a few armies anyways. And if those can get there, then Angmar won't be able to take it. I get more troops here, more siege equipment as well, and we need to reinforce Gundabad. I can't stress how important that is. Because if we can strengthen it, and if we can then from here send an army, we should be able to completely catch them off guard, because this is a really undefended area usually, because you feel like it's so safe, right? So we're going to be attacking on multiple fronts, and I can't stress how bad that is. But thankfully we are a large nation. Are you going to try to bribe me? That's not going to work. Yeah, he did try to bribe me, the bugger. Oh, they are attacking Karas Galathon. Interesting choice.
They're attacking the camp.
And for some reason they are attacking me there. I can't understand the reasoning behind that move, because we're going to win that, losing one unit. I really don't see the point of that attack, because it did literally nothing. Now the question is, actually, they are going to rise up. How boring. Now, what are you rising up with? I'm not going to bother.
We've destroyed the enemy! Ambush!
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 6,000 a turn coming in. Mordor is actually also at war with me, because of course they are. I should prefer it if someone wasn't at war with me. And I should especially prefer it if
Opening
Mordor
talks with the
wasn't.
foreigners. Can I help
Opening
you,
talks
my
with the foreigners.
Without question, my lord.
Get another spy, why not? I don't think I should start building things here though. That one is useless. We have a wall actually, so that's going to be good. And if they decide to besiege us, which they probably will, we are going to be able to destroy many buildings and just leave them husk. What have you got? Not that good forces, so I'm actually going to attack here in Tholen. And leave you to your vices there. It's unlikely. Well, it's quite likely that they'll attack actually, but if they do, then they're gonna take a few losses maybe. It's gonna be difficult to defend. Not saying that's gonna be easy, but it should be manageable. Alright, so we have our forces in position, don't we? We do indeed. Who do I want to attack? I want you to attack. So we actually don't need those other than to besiege them. So let's just get you involved there. Get close by, and the question is, can I get assault? Do I get aid from those behind me? I do not. I do not. I'm gonna wait a turn, because if they sally out, then maybe I'll get them to join me. Maybe not, I'm not sure. Oh, bugger, I forgot to move those armies. I didn't want to move you to there. Now this battle we might actually be able to win. So you're gonna get this battle. Save the game, thank you very much. There we are, and fight it. Because we have some really elite forces here, and they did not have that good units if I remember rightly. So that's something. But yes, next week I'm not going to be recording at all, so if at all, you'll probably get the video on Wednesday just to spread it out a little bit so it doesn't come on Tuesday.
Stay alert.
So you know that. I should be able to record at least that one. And then, yeah, if you're lucky and I have time to also do that tomorrow, I'm gonna make the changelog video, and as I prattled off earlier, I'm gonna do that one about the campaign map changes mostly, and what's happened there. And mostly what's happened is garrison changes, recruitment changes as to how many units you can recruit, and so on and so forth. Also a few of the script changes, specifically those pertaining to Bree. I'm not gonna touch upon Rune or Canned, because they've changed dramatically from this from this build to the one build that is currently in the beta testing. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit to see those and see what they've got. Oh, come off it. No, 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 no. Okay, we are charging them. I'm not standing there. At least they're losing units as well. But yeah, that's what it's gonna cover, and no Rune, maybe no Harad either, because they've also got a few changes. And I would hate to do changes for Rune and then have to go back and redo them and be like, yeah, everything I said in that last video was wrong, because they've been upgraded a little or updated a little bit further. And that's why you're going to have to wait a little bit more to see what's actually changed about them. I believe that Rune is actually also being tweaked currently, so it's going to be a little bit while on those. But yeah, after having looked at those campaign changes and recruitment changes and such on and so forth, we should actually have completed the, shall we say, base overviews after 3 overviews. And that would mean that I can then start doing much shorter ones in which I just cover what's happened in like 2 weeks of modding or something like that, and potentially or probably only make them around 20 minutes long, and it would be much more on to the point type overviews and just show what's changed recently. All to tide you over until you finally be able to get version 2.0, and I do hope you appreciate it. I for one find it quite fascinating and fun to do these overviews, because you really get to think about how the game works, and maybe you don't actually think about that sort of thing so much if you're not modding the game or something, if that makes at all sense. And yeah, I like it. Yeah, I can kill the Cardinal archers there, that's gonna be fine. Okay, so the enemy is coming from there now. That army was easy to kill, and they've lost a quarter of the army now. Alright, so let's have a look. What's coming our way this time? So we've got spearmen, those look like archers. Pikemen, the pikemen are gonna be really slow also, by the way. So they really only got one archer unit, and that's that unit there. No, sorry, 2 units, but yeah. So what I am going to do is I'm going to charge my wargs this way. Those few can escape if they want to, bring terror back to the enemy, and make sure that they know what happens if you go against the might of Misty Mountains. Of the Misty Mountains. Alright. Oops, not you. Alright. Let's see if we can't actually strike them immediately. Completely square on, or backwards even. Let's have a look if we can. So yeah. Anything else I can tell you then? I don't know actually. Not really, no. It's gonna be empty, of course. I've been prattling on, you know that. I'm not gonna repeat it, and yeah. There was something I was thinking of earlier, and I can't remember what it was. I hate when that happens, and it happens a bit too often. It was something.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Yeah, I was very happy actually when I earlier this week, I believe it was on Monday, or was it maybe even on Sunday, we went to a flea market, and that flea market just so happened to have a copy of Battle for Middle-earth, the original one, this strategy game, and they were selling that, and obviously the owner had no idea how much it was worth, because he or she was selling it for merely €3, which might be something like £250 or something, a little bit more, maybe $350 dollars, something along those lines. Euro being there in the middle, and I mean it's ludicrously cheap. Let's face it, it is ludicrously cheap. If you consider, when I looked on eBay a few days ago, when I came home just to have a look at how much actually does it cost to purchase a used copy from eBay, and I found everything from like €15 plus shipping, of course, which is like €7 to get it over here to Finland, which is ridiculous. And it went all up to, of course, the biddings were the highest, and especially if they're at the end gate stages when it could go to like €30 easily. And it's such an old game. And it's really interesting to see that such an old game, just because they don't sell it anymore, or probably because they don't sell it anymore and don't make it anymore, you actually have to pay such ludicrous sums for it. And if you really want to play it, it's gonna cost you. It's as simple as that, because they don't make the game anymore. Also, the fact that they've said that they're not going to be making any more of it is helping bring those prices up. All about supply and demand, isn't it? And I just thought it was a brilliant little find. Now all I need to do is to either find my old Battle for Middle-earth 2 CD, which is somewhere at my parents' place, I think. But my little brothers have a tendency of not replacing and replacing the CDs when they take them out of a CD case. So when I thought I had found the Battle for Middle-earth 2 CD, or I found a CD case, and I was like, yay, here's a CD in it. I open it, and what did I find? I found a Star Wars 4 CD, the movie, and that wasn't a fun find, because we're like, oh, come off it. Why can't you replace these things? It's really frustrating, because I think it's somewhere at home there, but I would have like a million, that's an overstatement, but like hundreds and hundreds of CD cases for different movies, and it's gonna be such a pain to try and find it, and I've just not got the energy to try and do it. Neither am I there that often that I would like to spend all my time there just searching through old CD cases. But it might be worth it. What's even more annoying is actually the fact that I got a collector's edition, not a collector's edition, but a collection rather, of Battle for Middle-earth 1, Battle for Middle-earth 2, and the Witch King expansion to Battle for Middle-earth 2. And I got that as a present, and I was like, yay, this is fantastic. All three things in one thing, and I really liked playing it. Then someone was like, yeah, okay, can I borrow that CD and play it, and play through the campaign? Like, I'm like, okay, sure, you can borrow it. I lent you games before, and you can borrow it. I'll get it back, and somehow I never got it back. I must have just forgotten about it for long enough, and then when I asked about it, he was like, oh, yeah, I don't know where that is anymore. So, oh no. Oh no. Oh well. And he'd borrowed games before, so I think it was a he. I can't quite remember exactly who it was, but he'd borrowed games before, and I've always gotten them back if after a while. But this was the first time he'd lost someone, and of course he'd lose this one. Maybe he lost, quote unquote, it, and because he knew it was valuable. He's one of those people who capitalizes situations just to make sure that he gets money for it. He's, for instance, trading in bitcoins, if he is the one I'm thinking of. He's trading in bitcoins. He's got a 3-year education to become something of a... It's a fundamental, or... yeah, fundamental, I guess, or preliminary education, basically, in how to use computers. And it's usually a stepping stone for moving into university to study further there. He never did that. He just started trading with bitcoins, and he's currently making more money than his own parents are. And I just think that is absolutely ridiculous. That you're capable of doing that, and I think it's like, oh, come off it. That's... Now, I'm not saying that trading on the stock market is bad in any case, but I just find, like, how can you actually make that work? It's ridiculous. And maybe it is because I'm myself studying for God knows how many years just to become a teacher, because the requirements for that are ludicrously high. Well, not ludicrously, I think it's good that they're high, but they're high anyways, and then someone else can just take a really fundamental education for 3 years and study for a total of 12 years as opposed to my potential 17 or 18 years of study, and just be like, yeah, okay, yay, I'm gonna make more money than my parents who work at the insurance company. It's like, yeah, okay, how on earth did that happen? It frustrates me that that is possible. I'm not saying that they're not allowed to do so, you're completely allowed, but I think it's wrong to avoid, maybe not, maybe wrong is the wrong word, but I don't like the fact that you can skate your way through like that and just take an easy education and go make more money. I don't... It sort of cheapens the idea of an education for me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, what would I need to study if they can make more? I don't actually think that, but if we pretend there's a devil here, I'm like, that's unfair, basically, is my point. And stock market change, I'm not saying it's easy or anything, but I would be more okay with it if it was a company or something that were actually working for it, instead of just staying home, staying on their computers, and playing games whilst watching the stock market change and then reacting to it. Because to me, it's not work. It's like, yeah, okay, you get paid to sit and play computer games, and obviously YouTube stars do that as well. But that's more work, in my honest opinion, than to sit and watch some stock market things. Of course, you need to know what they do and so on and so forth. But still. I actually don't think we can win this battle. I really do not, so I'm not going to bother. They may have lost a few more units had I tried to assault them, but basically that loss there came from me not moving that army there at forward line down to aid at Karasgalathon, and that's my fault. My army is not very good. Maybe I can withdraw and get a more favorable one. That's not a more favorable one. Or is it? Yeah, it is actually, because that one's not included there. I'm gonna just auto-resolve it because we're gonna lose. And we're gonna be besieged inside Emin Nufuin, and he's gonna die. Oh wow. I'm gonna just destroy every building and be like, okay, I'm gonna count those units lost. I would never have been able to keep it anyways, and potentially I would have been able to kill the Shadow of Mirkwood with this army. Not this army, but the army that was before it. But that is... It would have been hairy, and I'm not sure it would have been worthwhile to try and fight it. Adoption not completed. Okay. What? Alliance announced. Construction report. I'm just going to destroy everything here now. Apologies for the sound. Alright. So, I mean, we'll get a new faction leader. It's not the end of the world. But instead we can just focus on building better units at different places instead. You can't actually recruit anything, can you? I'm just gonna send a few units down there just to make sure that army can't do anything. Get more units, and you're just gonna need a general, aren't you? Where do I have a general? Can you move closer? You can't move closer. I'm not gonna attack you. You can't get reinforcement or garrison script because you're already at max capacity. But I don't want to attack anyways. Oh yeah, fantastic. Get those. Get that. Anon Rod is not long for this world, I fear, if they keep coming like that. But if they can hold then this army here is going to be able to come back and assist, and that should be fine. This army
Get ready for
has a
fighting.
general in it, and we should actually be able to take Skeleton back,
We have completed mission.
especially if I reinforce with that army there.
No sleeping here. Kill them all.
We could even build a watchtower there.
Objective complete.
And we
Get
have
ready
one
for
more general
fighting.
there even.
Objective complete.
Alright. But yeah, basically that whole thing is boiled down to the fact that I'm really pissed off that I lost my entire collection of Battle for Middle-earth games just because they quote-unquote lost the CDs and never could return them. And it really annoys me. Because they're such good games and you need to pay so much to get them nowadays. Now, admittedly, I did already have one version of Battle for Middle-earth 1. I had a CD of the game, and I do have 2 CDs now. But when you see a game that rare that you can sell for that much, go for so little, it would almost have been criminal not to purchase it, wouldn't it? That's my thinking. Oh, they just gave it to me. That's my thinking anyways, and I mean, I'll probably try and sell the other game, or the other disc, because what do I need 2 Middle-earth discs for? You need 1 disc and then you're golden. So I'm going to try to sell the other one, probably sooner or later, after the summer probably. And I'm going to try to do that and maybe even make a little bit of money for it. It's very unlikely that I would not make money. Where are you, by the way?
Sleeping here.
In Withyboard. Where's Withyboard? We're there. Yeah, we have quite a few generals there now. Let's move 2 of them away. We have 4 actually. You move there, you're going to lead that army unless those decide to kill you, which would be bad. You're going to move down to Torfilin. And... Gonna keep building units basically. So as soon as the general arrives there, we're going to be golden and we can just set forth against Angmar. Oh, nice. Now, if I'm correct in my assumption, Imladris may not actually sally out. Because A, that would mean fighting more units, because I think these units behind would join the battle. And that would be bad for them, obviously. But I'm not sure. I'm going to take most of these units, except maybe you, and you're going to march back to Anonanarod and support that.
We have completed an objective.
Now that of course means that this army, or city rather, is going to be really, really weak.
Objective complete.
That one unit is not going to take it though. I'm going to need a spy here, thank you very much, and get that as well. Low tax rate. Low tax rate. There we are. Okay, I think I'm coming close to 30 or 40 minutes now, actually, as well. So, yeah, I'm going to stop recording here and be done with it. I do hope we can reach... Yeah, we can actually reach it in time. Yeah, win it. Yeah, good, fantastic. Execute them. Merge. Lay siege to it. And you join in there. We're going to take it back, obviously, but it's going to be a little bit of a loss. Those 2 units will be needed, and there we are. So, that's 30-40 minutes, something like that. I'm going to think of a witty name for it. And, yeah, I do hope you have enjoyed watching. And if you have any and all comments, I welcome them with open arms, because I do love reading them, and I do love responding to them. And, makes me feel like people are actually watching it and engaging with it, and I do like that feeling.
No sleeping here.
If you don't have anything to say, of course you don't need to make something up, but if you have anything on your mind or questions or such on and so forth, please let me know. I'm more than happy to answer if I can. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.